Hello everyone, this is ThreeRaccoons in a wool coat. We're in a wool coat today because it's cold outside. You can see our beautiful windmill back there. It's mostly finished. You can see in the break I made a season clock from Tough as Nails. It shows we're in the middle of winter right now. It's a bit difficult to read the seasons on that little texture, but I can tell you for certain that it is winter right now. Here's the windmill that I came up with. It's pretty decent. It's not the best thing in the world, but I quite like it. I still gotta finish up some bottom pieces here, and we would do well to alternate the stone bricks with some other stuff like we did down there. But the insides are pretty simple. I haven't fancied those up at all. I simply have brought the power down so that we can run our millstone, and I also made a saw. You can see a saw requires some leather belt. We made wooden gears last time, you saw the wooden gears, but it requires a leather belt, which is for leather straps, which is shears on a cut leather. You take tanned leather with shears. You make tanned leather in the cauldron. I have a cauldron down here just in the makeshift place that I put it. It doesn't have a proper home yet. As with lots of things with other mods, there's some in-world stuff that you need to do. So you have a cauldron. You need to put your tanned leather and your wood bark in here. If we go through the recipes, you can see that in a second. Now we want... Click the wrong thing. How do I get that? There we go. You can put scoured leather, which is you take some regular leather, put it in millstone. Put that in a cauldron with some bark, different amounts of bark depending on the tree that you got the bark from. Oh, you can also put it with dung. Okay, didn't know that. And then you need to light a fire under the cauldron. Now, of course, the easiest way to do this would be netherrack, since you can light netherrack on fire, and it just continuously burns. That's a very old, very vanilla mechanic. We don't have access to another yet. So I tried putting a block of coal under there and lighting it on fire. Unfortunately, it didn't last long enough. It burnt out, and the leather was almost all the way down. It was like up there. The block ran out, disappeared, and then all the progress was lost. So I had fun placing an oak log, lighting it on fire, making sure there's more oak logs around it so that we didn't completely lose our fire, and replacing it as fast as possible if it did disappear. That was quite the juggling act to make leather. So, that's how I made the saw. It's a little bit difficult there. So I got those two machines in here. We'll pretty up the inside. I don't know if we're going to put anything else in here other than a couple of Better with Mods machines. I also made condensed storage boxes. I showed you the regular storage boxes last time from Easy Storage. I had made these, and I pointed out each one only stores 100 and some odd items. Just over 100 items, which is less than 2 stacks of items. The Tier 2, it's not expensive. All you need is 4 grates from Better with Mods around a storage box. And those are simply made with molding and sticks. The thing is you need a saw to get molding. So if we take a piece of wood, turn on our mechanical power here. It gives us oak planks in front of the saw. That gives us siding. Put it in front of the saw again. And we get molding. So you can make a full condensed storage crate out of like one or two logs. I forget which it is. So they're not expensive. They're really cheap. They're gated behind having the saw from Better with Mods. So that's what I have right now. This is their temporary home this is all of my items right now. You can see them not quite half full. 4,000 out of 11,000 items. We'll put this stuff away. So there's going to be that. One of my plans is we're going to build some silos. Fill it with easy storage modules, and then we'll have like silos for food and grain, that kind of stuff. I'm not entirely sure if we want to do a particular silo for like wheat to help feed our animals, make some kind of little farm thing. It's getting dark, we should sleep. I'm not totally decided on that, but I definitely do want to make some kind of silo for the storage of some or all of our food. I think that would be really cool. So that's the progress that I've made off camera. Let's drink some water here real quick. There we go. I haven't done anything with the animals yet. I went and tried to fetch some chickens. None of them would stay around here. I wanted eggs or something, but then I moved on. So that's what we've done there. I don't think our farm has expanded at all. You'll notice because it's winter, our vanilla crops have died. I do believe the intended functionality is that Pam's harvest craft crops would also die, but that's not working. So I'm all for gaming any kind of glitches or bugs. So I'm straight up. I'm still using this for food during the winter. I know the intention is that these crops will not grow during the winter unless you have them heated. There is a way to heat things in Better with Mods. Oh, not that. Heat right here. Heating coil from Tough as Nails. Sorry, wrong mod. I'm getting mixed up. But you need 6 blaze rods for that. As I pointed out, we don't have access to the nether yet, so I can't make that. Hopefully at some point we will we'll build a bit of a greenhouse for our crops, and we'll be able to properly grow them in the winter. Other than that, that's all the stuff that I did off camera. What I want to do today is Embers. Get started with Embers. So the first thing we need to do is, where is it? Not stamp, Ember Borer. We need to make an Ember Borer. So for that we need a mechanical core, which needs a compass and a lead plate. How do we make a lead plate? Tinker's hammer with 4 lead. Tinker's hammer is 1 lead, 4 iron sticks. I do have some iron in here. Let's take that, and there's our lead. Let's start smelting up this ore. I don't have a ton of resources right now. I didn't do a ton of mining off camera. Most of my time was spent building that windmill. There's the rest of the stone I was smelting up for the base. So building the windmill sucked up like the entire fall in our little world here. So there's that. Pretty low on hemp, believe it or not. I was using it for string to make my wool outfit here. So we'll stick that in there. Come back, see how much lead we got done. Hopefully it's enough to get started. 3, nope, we need 5 at least. Okay, so I'll come back when I have the lead and we can craft a couple items. Okay, so here we are, ready to craft our Ember Borer. All I had to do is cook up some Caminite brick stairs, which comes from Caminite bricks, Caminite blend, sand, and clay, and then some smelting. So, Ember Borer, ooh, it's crafted and we're ready to go with it. So, that was a massive jumble of my words. I've crafted a couple other items we're going to need. Standing by those furnaces got me nice and toasty, even though it's the middle of winter. Let's put some stuff away before we're ready to go. We don't need our metals with us for right now. Item extractor, item pipe. We need to put things in and out. So one thing I almost forgot we needed. There's a chest in here. We'll want 2. Put you away, you away. We do want that. Put this away. We don't need redstone. So we're going to want a hopper to put items into this thing. We have an item extractor from Embers to take items out. What else do we need? A lever. Where's our cobble? Okay, so we have all the things for our Ember Borer now. Let's go sleep. The thing is, the Ember Borer only works on bedrock. So, I got my mine shaft dug. I'm pretty close to bedrock already, so it won't take me too much time. God, I can only sleep at night. It won't take me too much time to go find a nice spot. I will meet you down there. It's awfully cold down here at the bottom of the earth during the middle of winter, so I'm just standing by some lava to warm myself up. Fun times. Okay, so here we are at the bottom of the earth, a bunch of bedrock down here. We'll place that there. And down goes our Ember Borer. You can see it is a 3x3 machine. Now, here's the access port. In order to run, it needs coal. However, you cannot, there is no GUI. You have to take a machine to insert items. But there's only one, so we can put items in or we can take items out. We can't do both at the same time. Which is why I could have swore I made one. I had all the stuff to make one, but I didn't. I am going to make a machine assessor. So I'm going to leave the coal in here. I'm going to go make the item, and I'll come back when I've got it. And we're back with a machine assessor this time. So, plop it down. Interesting. I haven't used one yet. I'm going to take it that this is the new input, and these are outputs. So, we are going to plop a hopper in there. Take an item extractor. Oh, that doesn't work. Maybe it's the other way around. Nope. Okay, that doesn't work. Because you can see this automatically connects. I haven't played with Machine Assessor before. So, there's a bunch of coal in there now. When it stops producing embers, we'll know that, so we need break this block here so that we can open the chest that we put on top of it. The item extractor needs a redstone signal before it'll run. Flip that switch and we get embers. So, this is the power source for Embers mod. Ember shards and ember crystals. There are different worlds, different areas of the world have different ember strengths. I have not played around with that at all, but where are you? There is a gauge that you can use to read the strength of ember in the world, and it's higher in some places and lower in others. And I assume if you build your Ember Borer in a place that's higher in concentrations, you'll get more embers stuff out of your bedrock. But considering getting to bedrock is quite an ordeal all in itself, I'm not gonna go searching around in just tearing up the whole bottom of the world quite yet. We might do that at some future date, but not now. So we'll take what little ember we got. I'll meet you up top with some machines to use it. And here we are, ready to craft the Ember Activator. This is what's going to turn our ember crystals and shards into usable power. Okay, so let's set up our ember machines in this hut for now, I suppose. And if we look at our book, I forget exactly how it's used. Ember Activator. The Ember Activator is an ingenious device. Simply insert said crystals and shards into the bottom of the device using a hopper or other item transportation. Okay, so we need a hopper in the bottom here, and then we'll see embers in the top. I'm low on iron. After this segment here, I'm going to have to go mining for a while, because we'll be all out. There's a chest in our system up there. We'll make our first bit of ember together, and then I'll cut to go mining. I'm pretty sure I'll go mining. I think I'm pretty sure the embers pickaxe is still, I had a hopper in my inventory. Oh my, that's derp. I derped. Okay, so that was fun. I suppose that hopper's supposed to be down in the Ember Borer anyways. So let's put in some tiny ember shards. We got ember! It'll continue turning those into ember until the internal tank here is filled up. If we made an ember dial, I suppose we have stuff for that. 1, 2, 3. Oh, 3. Okay. Let's go get redstone from our storage system up here. Boom. Ember dial. So among a lot of the neat things about this mod is you need a lot of stuff to work with it. It's not super easy. So now you can see we have 6,000 out of 16,000 units of Ember. I assume that's the same as millibuckets in our regular modded Minecraft scene. So that turns into like 6 buckets of Ember. I don't think Ember is an actual fluid that you can use in the game. The only way to move it about, I do believe, is the Ember transportation system in the mod itself. You can't use other methods of transportation. Let's look at clockwork pickaxe. Do we have the stuff for that? An Ember shard, dawnstone. How do we make dawnstone? Okay, so dawnstone I'm pretty sure is a mixing thing. We're not at that point in our thing yet. So I'm going to cut here. I'll research how to make dawnstone. I'll go mining because we're low on iron and other stuff. And then I'll meet you back here when I'm all done with that. Okay, see ya. Okay, so, well, it's almost time to sleep again. I went mining. I got some iron. Not a whole lot. This is what's left over after I made a bunch of items from embers. So I just crafted them. I haven't played with any of them yet. The stamp base in the melter. That's what we need. I was looking through the reading the book here, and the melter is the thing that we need next. So while we're waiting for the sun to set, let's take the melter. It seems everything else after this point in the Embers mod requires liquid metal. So I was reading. Where does the ember go? Can you tell us? Melter, melter, melter. When the melter's bottom blocks provide with ember. Okay, so the transportation, we have an ember out the top here where we have our ember, and an ember receptor in the bottom here. Can we sleep now? Okay. Then we can link those two up with the Tinker's Hammer. So, I think it's receptor first, then emitter, emitter, then receptor. Okay. Suppose we should read the book. The actual manipulation of ember received from your activator or refineries involves 2 main blocks, emitters and receptors. Shift right-click the receptor with your Tinker's Hammer and right-click the emitter. Shift right-click the receptor, right-click the emitter. Nothing's happening. Okay, so I'll be back when I've got this figured out. Okay, so I read in the book the last sentence that I was refusing to read, and you have to power the emitter with a redstone. There we go. I was too lazy to go up to the base to make a lever. I had all the redstone on me. So, there's that. There's ember in there. Take out the shield. Don't cook up the shield. Let's see if we can throw some iron ore in there. You can see it. I guess we'll stand on the iron too. You can see it in there. Now it's liquid. Cool. Okay, so I did prepare stuff in advance for this. Fluid extractor. Oh, I bet you have to come out here. No, don't melt it. Put it on. Wait. And then stamper base. Suppose we'll put you over here. And then you need to put the stamper 2 blocks above. So there's a gap in 1 block gap in between them. Let's take this over here. And then we do need, I'm going to go, nope, I'm feeling lazy. I'll make levers later. I don't want to run up to the base. Okay, the liquid's in there. Oh, we need ember up here on the top. So, ember receptor. Now, I think this can only go to one destination at a time. Yep, now it's going to that one instead of this one. Oh, and then we need a stamp. I made the stamps, I just forgot to put them on. So a bar stamp. Bloop. And I got an iron ingot. Ba-doom, got an iron ingot. So that was 1 ore that I put in, and I just got 2 ingots out. Awesome. Awesome sauce. Let's put some more in. Oh, it put in that whole stack. It puts in stacks at a time. Okay. Can't say I'm going to argue. I don't know if you have enough ember to complete your task, though. Oh, you melted some. Was it all of it? You melted like 10 or so. And now this dude's going. This dude's going to town. Are we all out of ember? We are. Time to stick the ember crystals in there. The crystals are the larger ones, so they'll give us a lot more ember. Yeah. 7,000. Awesome. Except you're all out of liquid. Okay. So. Oops. There are better methods of moving this stuff around, which we'll get into in a second, but, you know, right now we're having fun with this stuff. This is all a temporary setup because it's really ugly in here. Yeah, items. Okay, so I'm going to get the rest of this iron smelted up, get it in my inventory, and then I'll see you back when I'm going to reorganize this place is what I'm going to do. So, that's what I'm going to do. I'll bring you back when I'm all done with that. Okay, so it's still a bit cramped in here, but it's a little bit better. So I built a copper cell. Not too expensive. All stuff we've seen before. Block of copper in the center there. It stores up to 24,000 units. I'm still assuming mill buckets. Oop, nighttime. 24,000 mill buckets of ember. So, and then I have set up here. We're going to be melting down some iron. Make sure it pipes out. And I put the plate stamp on there instead of the bar stamp. So I don't know how many ingots it requires. It's 4 in a crafting table and you use a tinker's hammer to make a plate. So if I was doing an iron plate, you need a crafting table. It takes 4 plus the tinker's hammer. I put 1 in there. It doesn't seem to be activating, so we'll try another one. I'm hoping it's not as expensive using the machine. Because partially, I mean, that's just really expensive. 4 ingots per plate. Some of these recipes have a lot of plates in them. Please activate. Please. One more. Oh wait. Take it back. Take it back. I guess I can't. It already got used up. I forgot this thing needs ember before it's going to turn on. Duh. Oops. Shift right click and then right click. Put some ember over there so it'll activate. Iron plate. Are you going to make any more? I had 3 ingots in there, I think. I don't know. So I put 3 ingots in, I think, got 2 out. It might have been just been 2 ingots, so at any rate, it is definitely much cheaper than using the Tinker's Hammer and a crafting table. So next I want to get into Dawnstone. My goal right now is I want to make a clockwork pickaxe, which requires 2 Dawnstone ingots. To get Dawnstone, we need to Stone Crucible. Interesting. Oh, anyways, I'm getting distracted. We need a mixer to mix gold and copper. So the mixer centrifuge here requires 5 iron plates and a lead plate. So let's take, I already have a lead plate, cool, 1, 2, 3. Let's see if this gives us 3 more. And then what else did we need? Mechanical core. There is a crafting bench out here that I can use to make that. So, compass. I like how Embers uses compasses. Compasses are almost never used. Oh, that's a weird glitch. It put my axe in there. Compasses aren't usually used in recipes. So, mechanical core, copper, 2 iron, 5 iron plate. We can have everything else, right? Was that 3? It was 3. So let's go make it. Let's see what's up with this mixing. While you've been using various metals to control the flow of Ember before, through the mixer centrifuge, you believe me able to create new alloys. Each face in the bottom of the centrifuge is its own tank. When fluid is pumped into these tanks in a particular combination, and the top block of the centrifuge is given Ember, a molten alloy will be created, which can be pumped out of the top block. Okay, so turn you off. Let's see if we can fit this there. It's going to be a really tight squeeze in here. Really tight. Our last Ember receptor here. So let's take 1 copper, stick you in there while we run up and get some gold. And we need to make another fluid extractor. Gold. Fluid extractor. Cool, I have all the stuff for that. 2 pipes. I'm going to need more than that, though. I can make them down here. So our first extractor will be going from here. Are you? No, because you got to go down to there. Let's turn you off. I don't like you. I don't like you looking like that. So that means all of our fluid should empty out of here into that tank. Now let's disable you. Oops. Bounding box got in my way. What did I say I need? I need another. It's too messy. I can't see in here. I already need to expand. Oh. I just want 1. I already need to expand all over again. Turn that one on so it goes down into here when it smelts. If it smelts, if it's got the power. Oops. Here first, then here. Make sure our smelter thingy has power. It did. Okay. So now we got an iron plate, which means... Oh, I have a crafting table in here. Ah. One more fluid extractor. So we put copper in on that side. Now we're going to, oops, don't. I keep forgetting these things don't have inventory, or like visible GUIs. They do have inventories. But I keep forgetting they don't have visible GUIs. And then we'll go pump Ember into that guy. And, oh, the gold came out this direction. Because I forgot to turn that lever off. So let's put you back in there, melt down again, and come down into here, please. Then we need another fluid extractor to come out here. Don't go in there. Go in here. Oops, no. We want our bar stamp. Now I'm stuck down here. Need this lever. Dawnstone. We just made our first Dawnstone ingot, and I'm stuck in the middle of my contraption. So, we had fun playing with this. I need to cut again, and I need a bigger building to build this. Okay, so here's the expanded building, not too much larger. Same setup over here with the Ember Activator and the Ember Cell. I've built 2 beam splitters, which allows the Ember to go 2 different directions so that I can power all 3 machines at once. I don't have to switch around anymore. I just put gold in here, so I'm going to turn off that side, turn on this side. I'm not entirely sure if they're necessary, but the way the book words it, it definitely sounds that way. So then stick in some copper, and I need to go get some wood for more levers. I am short a lever. Wood. Craft up a lever real quick. Okay, let's head back down there. This should be our second round of Dawnstone crafting. One that's much less hectic. And then down in here. Oh, I forgot to turn off this thing. So, our copper might have made it in here, but our gold didn't. So let's try this again. With that pump off. This one is definitely on. Yep, there it goes. Machine just activated. Okay, so this is working. Cool, cool. Let's turn this off. The only better way to do this would just to be straight up have 2 melters, which is doable. We probably will do that at some point in the future, but I don't want to spend the resources on it right now. How are we doing for Ember? Maxed out. Cool. Didn't realize we had that much Ember. Floating around, filling up the internal storage of all these things. That's awesome. So, I think we have enough to make a clockwork pickaxe now. We do need Ember shards, so there should be some down at the Ember Borer. I'll run down and pick those. Well, let's see. Let me think a second here. What do we need? Because it needs Ember in your inventory to be powered. Not that one. This one. I was looking at it. Mantle containers. Portable Ember. But we do need a copper charger to power it with. So what does that cost? Copper charger. This thing? Copper plate, iron plate, 2 Dawnstone. Okay. That's very doable. What about a mantle jar? What does that cost? Copper, ember, and glass. The only one of those we don't have right now is glass. What time is it? Okay, it's still daytime. Let's grab some glass real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There is sand up in the inventory, but I don't feel like going and getting it. That'll cook up. What did we need to go and get? I forget already. Not for that. We have everything for that. Ember shards. That's what we need. Okay, I'll be back when I have the ember shards. Okay, so I made a copper charger. I made a mantle jar. I charged it up. All the beam emitters only go from 1 to 2 outputs. So I have in here, out down to there, and out down to another emitter. The emitter goes out 1 and out 2. So there's no more outs. I didn't feel like making more dawnstone to make more splitters, so I just put another emitter off from our battery here, which is at not quite full. Or maybe we burned up all the ember that we put in there. Oh look, stuff fell in the hopper. Oh look, we have more ember. There was kind of a ridiculous amount down there to bore. But anyways, I also made the clockwork pickaxe. I'm kind of excited to see how this works. I've never used it before. It's ginormous in the view screen though. I'm not necessarily a huge fan of that. So let's see. Oh, it's nice and fast. That's cool for sure. Let's put that in our offhand. Do we have a bucket? Let's make sure we have some water in our bucket. Let's go see if it breaks obsidian. Because if it does break obsidian, then we have access to the nether. We'll go check that out real quick, and I think that's the end of this episode. I haven't checked for sure on timing, but I feel like we've done quite a bit today. We set up a lot of Embers stuff. So there is lava somewhere around here. Okay, let's clear away some of this. Ooh, it works as a shovel too. That's awesome. Okay, stick that down. Pick it up. An interesting thing about that, the animation there, at least I think, is it makes it so you can't instantly pick up stuff. So, we have a check mark on one probe over there, meaning we can mine this. Awesome. So, we got our first piece of obsidian. That's our end for today. That's our end. We have obsidian. Yay! Okay, so I hope you guys had fun on the episode. I had lots of fun setting up Embers. First time playing with that. So the video just stopped before I hit stop, I guess. There's been a couple issues with video quality this episode. I noticed editing, it got really framey at a couple points. Sorry about that. There's nothing I can do about it now. I'm going to be more conscious of making sure my recording software has a good solid 30 FPS the whole time I'm recording from now on. Other than that, I had fun setting up Embers. It's really cool. I'm excited to play more with it. I hope you had fun too. Join us. I don't know what we're doing next episode yet. I think probably some decoration stuff will be our focus. We need to plan out our base, how our base is going to go. So, you can look forward to that. I had a great day. I hope you had a great day. See ya next episode.